All right, 2022 Keystone State arm wrestling champion Paul Talbott is with us. What's happening, man?
Not much, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just fucking working and doing this, and we had to play a little bit of tag, but I finally got you on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
You
It took a
know,
while, but we got it.
yeah, that's okay. So, how was it last weekend?
It was good. I really didn't know if I was going to be able to make it just because of my schedule and stuff that's been going on. But I was going to try to make it regardless to at some point during the day to just support Paul Lynn and his tournament. And all my buddies always go up there, so I definitely wanted to try to make it, but I didn't think I was going to make it till like 5, 6 o'clock at night, like halfway through the tournament. So it ended up that I got off work somewhat early and was able to make it up just as the tournament, like this amateurs and stuff was starting. So it worked out pretty good and was able to get in there.
So tell me how good you did.
Well, I entered the 98s right because Eduardo Tiete Paul told me that he was going to be there. I'm like, cool. So if I can make it, I definitely want to do 198s. And then he also told me Brandon Olcester was coming in, and he had come from like 242 down to 220. He was cutting down, not necessarily for that tournament, but he was going to be in that class. So I'm like, well, cool. So if I can make it, and I'm going to be in that class too. I'll weigh like 188, 189 right now, but I'm like, so I wasn't going to make the 76 class anyway. So, yeah, so I jumped in there and I ended up doing pretty well. So, ended up going undefeated in the 98s right-handed and ended up winning the 220s as well. So, it was a pretty good day.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah.
How many people were in your class?
I don't even know. I'm pretty sure that the 98s was a little heavier. I don't really know the numbers, but I just get focused and just run through it. I mean, you stay on the A side, you don't really get to see how many's in there, but I'd say probably 12 to 15, roughly.
That's a good number of people.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, there was a ton of people. The atmosphere was great there. Like it was awesome that I pulled up and I walked up where it usually is, and there's pop up tents everywhere, and arm wrestling tables under almost every tent. So it was pretty awesome atmosphere.
How did your arm feel after 10, 12 guys later?
Well, like I said, when you stay on the A side, you don't really have to face that many guys. You do like halves of 5 or 6. And I pulled in a practice the weekend before just because I wanted to get a practice in, and I didn't know for sure if I was going to be able to pull in that tournament. But it was pretty good. Like I stayed in pretty good position the whole time, so I didn't get stretched out or anything like that. So I did pretty well as far as not getting beat up, and tried to end everything as fast as possible.
Were you always an athlete, or was this something? Does this fill a void, or is this something you've always wanted to do?
It actually filled a void. I was always an athlete. I played football for like 15 years growing up. All through little league, high school, and stuff like that. But we sucked. We sucked ass. So I'm like, this is perfect. I don't have to rely on 10 other people to help me win at this shit. So I'm like, it's all on me. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah. But yeah, I've always been competitive, and it was great. You know what I mean? I was able to do something after high school. I never went to college or anything like that.
Right,
so it definitely filled a void for me.
Now, do you have a crew you practice with?
I did. I started in Erie with Team Relentless and the OGs, Bart Wood, Dave Chafee, James Wagner. Those guys is where I started. I worked for NS Norfolk Southern when I first started arm wrestling. So, well, I got that job right at the beginning of my career there. So I wasn't able to train with them. Probably maybe a year or two into the sport, I trained with them, and then I had to kind of part ways with them just because my crazy work schedule when I worked for NS. So I actually met a guy that lived like 35 minutes from me, a great buddy of mine now, Mike Knepp. So we traveled together, we trained together. He worked around my schedule too. So like if I showed up like home on like a Wednesday and like, hey, I'll be home Thursday, but I won't be home Friday. He's like, no problem. We'll try to get some guys together and we'll hash it out. So he was a big help for me throughout the years. And then he introduced me to a buddy of mine now, Josh McIntyre, and they lifted at the gym. Big, tough dude from football background, college and stuff like that. So we ended up being good friends too, and they helped me out as far as just working around my schedule and keeping me in shape. You know what I mean? I don't know where I would have been if I had to rely on trying to make a practice every Sunday at 12 o'clock. You know what I mean? It would have been almost impossible for me. So
Yeah, it's rough. What's it like working with Dave Chafee, working out with him?
Well, it's kind of like working against the wall. You know what I mean? Like he lets you do whatever you want, but it was tough. You know, his hand is so big and so strong, and he started probably maybe a year, two max before me. So we're relatively the same. He broke his arm, so he had to sit out for a little while. I broke my arm, so I mean, we pretty much started around the same time, give or take a year. You know what I mean? But I mean, just the size and the strength wise, it's just so different. But it's also
he's
good
a big
because,
boy, man.
yeah, so he's like a punching bag for me. You know, I could do whatever I wanted to do, and he would just take it and let me work. So I mean, he was a great training partner.
That's good. Did you and what about Bart Wood? How was it working with him?
Oh, it was good. You know, they were young and hungry back then. Not that they're old ass men now, but they're definitely older. But you know, they loved it. They lived to arm wrestle, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. So I mean, it was great. We had a great team right there from the get go.
So, what do you have planned for the rest of the summer? What other tournaments you have in line?
Well, so
Because wait, this qualifies you for the Olympia, right?
yeah. So it does. I haven't really did any investigating on the Olympian stuff. I kind of just set some goals for this year, and then just started running with it. But I'm going to do Monster Michael Todd's card, and and what is that? A few weeks now, so we were able to throw some sponsorships together and give me because I wasn't really originally on that card, so he let me get on the card, and I got some sponsors and ended up working out. So I'll be going out to Little Rock, Arkansas, or wherever abouts he lives out there, and pulling on that card. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, the Olympia is in December this year.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's not crazy hot. Like, so the weather is actually really nice in December in Las Vegas. Have you ever been?
I've been to Las Vegas like 7 times.
Let me guess, when you were single.
No, actually it was
Really?
all WAL arm wrestling. Yeah, I was out there for that. Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But I've never been there in December. I know July and June sucks ass.
Oh, it's so fucking hot, dude. It's ridiculous. It's insane. Me and the wife are going in September, and it's like, better September than June or July. But
right, yeah.
So, this weekend's got a big match coming up.
Yeah.
What do you think? Give me your predictions.
I just talked to Paul Talia and Jerry Cataract last night about it, and or the night before, and man, I don't know. They're saying Levon's weighing like 390.
Jesus Christ, man! Really?
Yeah, fucking huge. So
I guess do you arm wrestle that?
I don't know, but I guess Devin weighed in at 290, 295, something like that too. So he gained a significant amount of weight too. But
Jesus,
I don't know, man. Like I was telling them the other night, like as long as he can win somewhat of the center table and get some technique in there and get out away from him and away from his power, I think that he'll have a good fighting chance. But just the match with him and Dave Chafee is just like he was just so overpowering. It didn't even make sense how he was so much stronger than Dave. Granted, he was nicked up and stuff like that, but still, you can't take nothing away from Levon. Like he's a monster. So
yeah, he does, and he looks like a monster, and he doesn't. It's not. I can only imagine what it's like being at the table with him being so intimidating because he's such a huge person. I could only, what's his name loves to talk shit. What is he going to say to him? And does he even speak English good?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it probably won't affect him at all because he won't have any clue what the hell he's talking about.
Right,
So,
exactly. It's like you can talk all the shit you want. Nothing's getting through, so it doesn't really matter.
right, right.
Where are they having the match?
Dubai, right?
Oh, they're in Dubai. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And I know it's tomorrow. Do we know what time it starts or no?
Uh, I don't even know what time. Like I said, I haven't really been able to follow it. I just I don't watch it live and stuff as far as my schedule and my kids and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I just wait for it to pop up. Or usually 5 different people are calling me like, "Hey, did you watch that?" I'm like, "Nah, I didn't get to watch it." But
Yeah. I definitely want to check it out. Hopefully it's live streamed somewhere. Usually is. But yeah, we'll definitely gotta check that one out. All right, so you did Keystone. You're gonna
yeah,
do Monster Michael Todd's. Are you going to do what's his name's tournament? Uh the guy that had the big argument.
the big argument.
Yeah.
Which one? There's always an argument somewhere.
What's his name? Travis. Travis Bajan had a big argument.
Travis, I don't know. I don't. I know that there's some filming and stuff like that there, but I don't really know if I don't plan on it. But if the cards lay out right, I might go. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't really not interested so much in pulling the tournament. I guess there's some cash money too, but
That's good.
um, yeah, I'm kind of like I'm not per se head hunting, but I kind of got goals this year and throughout the next year or two. So I'm kind of just trying to pick and choose tournaments according to the guys that I would like to hopefully pull within the next year or two. So um, probably try to do super matches and stuff like that. And then if there is a big tournament where one of the guys above me in the 98 or a 220 left guy is going to be at, I'll probably base it around that. You know what I mean? Opposed to just going to random tournaments. I feel like anymore now that I'm getting older, like I can't do like a bunch of random tournaments
Mm.
and still be able to train really hard. You know what I mean? You got to rest to go to the tournament. Then you're beat up, so you rest another week or so after the tournament, and it's just taxing. I'd rather just keep my eye on the prize and what I'm trying to achieve over the next year or two. So,
So what names are you looking for this year?
just the guys above me in the 98s. I think I'm like ranked 7 now,
Mm.
right-handed in the 98s. There's guys like Brent Rockers, Adam Wasicki, probably butchered that, but
It's all right.
yeah. Dan Mosier, Craig Toulier, those are the guys at the top. I just want to slowly somehow try to arm wrestle all of them
Mm.
towards the top. You know what I mean? Whether it's Craig Toulier, number 1 first, or the number 6 guy, I just want to be able to try to arm wrestle all of them to see how far I can climb up the ladder. You know what I mean? Whether it's go to a tournament that they're going to attend or be a super match. So we'll see how it works out.
Now, were you in WAL when it was out?
Yeah, I did all the actual tournament series of WAL. Yeah, I won three out of 4 of the WAL championship.
Really? That's pretty damn
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's all left-handed, but I think I finished like top 3 in almost every WL tournament right-handed. Never got a second or first, but at least top 3, 4, and then I won 13 kind of ran into 14, so there was kind of like 2 14s, but 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so I guess it would be 14, 15. I got second left-handed in 16, and I won the one in 17 too.
Are they
One
gonna
weight class up.
are they gonna bring it back around in next year,
I've been,
2023?
I've been hearing I've been hearing that, and that they
Yeah, me too.
actually sponsored the Keystones and the awards had WAL on them too. So
Hmm.
it's looking pretty promising. I don't know what kind of format they're going to do, if they're just going to do like the super match series again, or they're going to open it up to everybody and do tournament series. Pick and choose who they want to arm wrestle or let everybody arm wrestle. I don't really know any details. I haven't heard from them in years. So
Yeah, I really hope
see
that
what happens.
they put it together because they put on a great show.
Yeah, they sure do.
They
Yeah.
really do. It's great cinematography. Um, uh, it's just everything. The lighting, the sounding, the sound, everything is just a great show. It really is. I really, it kind of gets you hooked. You know, you start watching one, you
Oh,
go
yeah.
down the rabbit hole of YouTube. You're like, oh, what's the next one? you know,
Right, right.
it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
I mean, yeah, even the Supermatch series was great, even though I was kind of a little butthurt about it, having to sit at home and watch it.
Mm.
But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's still quality stuff, and they do. You're right, they do great.
Yeah, they definitely do great work, and I really do hope it comes back because it is it's a they know how to put on a show, you know, and let's
Right.
face it, arm wrestling is could be a little bit monotonous, right?
Yeah,
But
for sure.
yeah. But when you have that kind of production behind you, it makes it a hell of a lot more interesting. That's for sure.
All right. Yep. Yep.
So I'm gonna let you go, man. I am gonna wish you the best. I hope enjoy your victory, dude, because you deserve it.
I
You did,
appreciate
it
it. Thanks,
was
buddy.
fantastic. You're very welcome. And I gotta have you back. We definitely gotta have you back. Maybe
After the Michael Todd thing.
oh yes, after you win the Michael Todd tournament, then we'll
Yeah.
have you back. Definitely.
Sounds good, buddy.
All right, Paul. Thank you very much, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it, bud.
Of course, you got it.
Have a good one.